Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from LastStandGamers, and welcome to episode 25 of Space Engineers. So today I've constructed myself a kill house. You guys have been requesting, how do I defend my ship, and more importantly, how do I lay out an interior? And I thought, right, I've got some ideas for this, plus we've got these new warheads that are even a bigger threat now, so we'd better work out a way of defending them. So in the previous video, if you didn't catch it, there'll be a link on the right. Basically, we worked out that you could get a warhead through 5 layers of armour, so I've constructed 3 different sorts of outer armour for your ship. We have here a reactive armour block that should blow up any sort of torpedo before it actually hits the hull of your ship. Secondly, we have this sort of grooved standard sort of armour that's basically to stop ships from latching on and drilling teams to actually drill in your ship. I just want you to imagine that there's actually a roof on top of this, and there is an actual layers of walls going up the side, so it's all for testing purposes. So here we have got the life support modules. These are basically rooms where people can respawn. Well, that's what I believe the med bays will be able to do. We have, of course, the hangar. We have no hangar doors for the demonstration. We have a hallway. We have the command and control room, the most important room in your ship, because if they get in here, they can stop your ship from moving, just like if they get into the engine room at the back. So we here have the crew quarters, another hallway, and then a super reinforced engine room. So this is really important to your ship, this engine room. So I'm going to run through the ship. I'm going to pick how I would target it. Okay, I would always breach through the hangars. Okay, the hangar doors, the hangar rooms are the vulnerablest spot possible. Okay, secondly, the second base place to breach through is like commercial sort of compartments where they've got people just casually staying, and things like windows and other things. These are going to be easy breaching points, but this ship is super hard to breach, as you can tell. So I've got windows on here, but imagine they're closed. So we're going to actually drop in here. So we're going to imagine that we broke through the hangar door and we're going to go on our actual adventure through this ship. So we've broke in, we've instantly got targets. We've got targets up there, targets down here. So you'd have to somehow block off these life support modules from people getting in there. So you can either blow them up or stop them. So let's actually just run this. So we've got them. We've got 2 targets up here. And then we need to move fast. So here would be our first problem as attackers. We'd be running into 2 doors that we'd either have to blow up with some sort of explosives or drill through with the mining tool or the hacksaw. So we've moved in. Now we've got another compartment. So the problem with this compartment is, of course, we've got a contact there that we've just took out, but we have these excess rooms on the sides, basically side passages that the defenders could use to assault. We also have turrets in here as well. So this is basically a dead room. There's no purpose of going through here except to get somewhere. It's just perfect. It's basically a kill zone. So you can move up, you took that target out, so you've got through here, and then there could be even a defender waiting in one of these arches just to pick you off. So we moved into the command room. Notice these 3 doors separating it, so this would be extremely hard to get into, time consuming. You'd have enough people in here to actually rearm and kill yourselves, or well, kill everyone that comes in. So you've got another target there for yourself, so it'd all be about fast reaction. So you've got them targets down. Now you've got these individual crew quarters that could be a right bugger to clear. So you don't know if there's anyone in them, you don't know if someone's hiding, and when your assault team comes in, will there be someone like this in the doorway that catches one of them off guard and takes them out? So we'll continue moving on. So we've got to make sure there's all these little angles, and that's, as defenders, since it's your ship, you know the plan of your ship, so there's no reason to make it simple. Like, this is a simple straight through design. If you want to, confuse the attackers as much as you possibly can. Send them in all sorts of crazy directions. So we're moving up. We've got another guy popping out on us there. So now we're getting closer to the engine room, but we don't know that because there'd be a roof on that, and there'd be no way of saying that would be the engine room, because when you're the attackers, you just breached into a ship where you don't actually know which part you're in. So we've got that. Moving on to the next targets. We once again got hallway with these hard to see areas. We've moved on to the engine room, and basically the engine room now we'd have to destroy to actually stop this ship and bring our ships up close to actually defend it or stop it from moving. If we wanted to capture it, that I think there'll be a lot of capturing going on, because the amount of time it'll take to build some of these massive ships in survival will be worth capturing one and then rebuilding and constructing. So we have on here a torpedo. we have on here Reactive Armour. Reactive Armour basically works by, if I shoot at this, it doesn't actually blow up with small arms fire, but with a larger caliber fire, say a torpedo comes in, it'll detonate the actual torpedo before it hits our hull. And this is going to be the first test of this I've actually done, so hopefully we'll actually hit it, number one, and then number two, we'll have to see if we can move and repeat and do this again. So we've got 3 armors to test out. Let's test this first one. Alright, so we're lined up, we're just going to accelerate, 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 accelerate. So now we're lining ourselves up, we've just got to make sure the torpedoes don't actually go into it. So we're going to release there. Oh, and I released way too slow. Hold on. Just going to re-accelerate, re-accelerate, and then we will release again. I may have missed. I'm hoping I haven't. Now we'll reverse away. Okay, so basically the reactive armor's now gone off. So we'll actually have to go outside and see what the damage is. So the idea of the reactive armor is to stop it from completely damaging our interior armor, and it's done exactly that. See, the reactive armor ended here, so we've still got technically 5 blocks, so they require another torpedo to actually destroy us. We're going to test out the other armor now. We're going to test out what would happen if we just had the simple slat armor like that, or we had the, how to say it, like netting armor on the side here. So we'll test them out. Right, so welcome back. I've realigned my ship and the torpedo with the different side of the armor, so we're not looking at the reactive now, we're actually looking at just the standard to see how much damage we can actually do. So I'm going to move it a little bit more to the left, and this actual torpedo is going to be aimed straight at the crew and command and control center, so we'll see how much damage it'll actually take if you just have a standard 5 but you've actually not got any sort of special armor on the outside. So it'll accelerate up, and this is just a standard torpedo. I've not even got into using my special ones yet, so we're going to release there. And we're going to slow ourselves down, and we're going to see what it does. Right, so the little divided armor worked well, but it obviously still got its penetration through a few of the layers. Obviously it's not the complete 5 that would be the ultimate worry, but it's still 4-ish, 5-ish, so definitely having some sort of reactive armor would save you bacon. Let's move on finally to our Slat Armour over here. Right, so this is going to be the final armor test. The idea of this armor is that it'll impact the actual round at the end here, and this is probably about 5 or 6 blocks long. So the idea is if we get it detonating there, that means that we should have the ship protected and just lose this armor itself. So let's try it out. So we're moving back over to the torpedo carrier. I've got a number of torpedoes that I'm working on development at the moment. I've got some corkscrew ones that basically hit, screw in a bit and then blow up. It's just a little bit hard, and some of them are a little bit temperamental. I've also got some ones that are based on the old armoured penetration design, but seem to work a lot better now with obviously warheads in the game. So we're going to launch this. I'm going to slow down. We've got to check. We've hit ourselves. So obviously a little bit of a problem on our side there, but this may actually be the best armor so far, because if we actually take a look at this, this has only damaged the outer layer of the bricks. So this is the best armor so far. So if you want to protect your ships, use the antennas, because if you look here, we've actually not lost a brick. So if I just straighten this up for sake here like this, you can actually see we've not actually lost a brick, we've only damaged the outer layer. So this could be the perfect armor for your ship. It might look a bit funky, guys, but if it's going to save your ship and your ship's crew's life and stop them from being boarded, it could be perfect. Also, what's great about this armor is imagine trying to park on it to actually breach inside the ship. It's going to be near impossible. So thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you protect your ships, or otherwise someone else is probably just going to ram a massive torpedo into them and ruin your day and all the time that you've probably put into it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.